Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Eugene, and y'all know, well, those of y'all who support me, y'all know when I come on here, a lot of the times I keep it a buck. You know what I mean? So, those of you with short attention spans, this ain't for you, because tonight I'm about to do some talking. I got a lot that's circulating on my mind. And to those of you who support me, Miss Ashley Chats, I love your channel. DJ Underground 73, I love your channel. And to the few others who actually, support what I'm doing. I mean, I'm not a famous person. A lot of the stuff I talk about isn't that popular. I mean, it's real life, everyday stuff, right? But I'm the type of person, those of you who know me personally, I care about real stuff. And when people say, don't worry about the things you can't control, if you really think about it, let's break that down a little bit. There's a lot that we can control, but a lot of things in this world, in this life, it takes a village. And humanity constantly takes a shit every day, right? The younger generation of kids, I mean, the level of disrespect, and it's not all of them, but it's a lot, unfortunately. Like, I was in Target earlier today doing some shopping, and I guess it was like a big summer school field trip or something, because all these young children were everywhere. I mean, they in the carts racing, playing chicken in the store and this and that. I almost got hit like 3 different times within 30 seconds. None of them want to say excuse me. They look at me like I'm crazy. There's a difference between discipline and abuse. And a lot of y'all don't discipline your kids. Or, well, let me go back. You do, but it's not that old school stuff, right? That instilling respect for your elders, hell, in general, for others. And it's like, as time goes along, this world, especially in America, we're going backwards. We're not progressing in the right way. And, this is an election year. And, I mean, whoever you're going to vote for, honestly, let's be real with it. No matter who you vote for, we screwed either way. If the blue side win, then the people on the red side going to probably want to have a repeat of January 6, 2021. The red side win, that man literally said he wants to be a dictator day one. And especially after that shit that happened a few days ago, you and I both know that man, he get back in there, he gonna be on a war path. But to each their own. To those of you who still watching, let me kind of reintroduce myself a little bit. My name is Eugene. I'm 35. Don't let the grays fool you. I've had a YouTube channel for over a decade, but when I was younger, I would get discouraged. Like, cause I mean, I don't know how to edit, do all the little fancy shit, do all the clips. I don't know how to do that. I'm sure I'll learn eventually. But at the same time, I don't want my channel to be based upon that. Cause when I'm on here, I'm very direct, right? I'm looking at y'all, talking to y'all. I'm letting you know what's on my mind. I'm letting you know what I go through. I'm letting you know what I deal with, I mean, obviously, I'm not the only one in the world that has problems and goes through things. We all go through things, but there's some things that some of y'all won't ever go through that I go through. And, the word opinion, I hate that word. Let me tell you why. Because an opinion is basically a feeling. And a lot of people love to argue their opinion, their feeling. Like, my life, my experience, my life story is not an opinion. It's what I experience. It's what I live. It's what I go through and have gone through. Just like with yours. But at the same time, I like informed opinions. I don't even like the word opinion. I like the word view. I like view better because view is what you see, right? But many people choose to see what they want to see and hear what they want to hear. And that goes with many different avenues of life. And here it is, 2024 election year. People already acting up. I'm not looking forward to November. That's just what it is. But more about me. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. Again, I'm 35. I don't have any kids, never been married. I was engaged, but she cheated and left, had a baby with somebody else. The kid was born on my birthday. And since then, I mean, I've dated other women, but I come across the women who either don't want kids or they have kids and they don't, or they want more, but they can't have any more because, you know, some women, their bodies go through things and they got to remove the parts that make the children. I mean, if I was to become a father, I'm going to do my best to be the best damn father I could be. And I would make sure my kid or my kids have everything they need and then some. I would put my life on the line for them each and every day. But anyway, I like to talk about real shit. I have a podcast on Spotify. It's called Real Life Matters. I started it 4 years ago, going on 5 years ago. I mean, I've gotten some plays, but going back to what I said earlier, I will get discouraged because when I put my all into something, when I'm passionate about something. Now, obviously, the things I'm talking about, I'm not going to go viral per se or have the utmost support. Because a lot of the stuff I talk about, people are worried about losing a job. And I mean, I'm not trying to incite violence or threaten anybody or anything like that. But people are worried about a job. I mean, I get it. You got to pay your bills to survive. But at the same time, do you really want to work for a company that wants to try to limit your freedom of speech? You should be able to, like, when you're not on the clock, you should be able to say what's on your mind, as long as you're not threatening violence or any of that crazy shit. But you have people who want you to, like, for example, that shit that happened in Pennsylvania a few days ago. There are people who obviously were disappointed, you know, at the outcome. Well, that can go either way, but they expressed themselves on social media, and many of them lost their jobs or got suspended because they said, "Oh, wish he didn't miss." I mean, feel how you feel, but nobody should lose their job over that, because the person who they're talking about, who was targeted, the shit that he said and done, again, January 6, 2021. And y'all know I don't really care about cops, but let me get that out the way for a second. Look at what happened. There were cops who lost their lives. There are people who were permanently, they're like traumatized from the events that took place that day. You had a mob of people, you had a cult of people who stormed the Capitol, trying to get to the people in elected office, trying to end them, harm them. And the person who was targeted said those are great people, they shouldn't be in jail. But yet, people who support him, there's pretty much, well, some of them abandoned the ship. But there are so many who stayed on the ship, and no matter what he says or does, they rock with him. So what does that really tell you about this country? Those type of people are dangerous. Am I afraid of them? No. But are they dangerous? Yes. That goes back to what I said about don't worry about the things we can't control. It takes a village. Those of you who are deeply religious, you're Christian, whatever, you pray, you go to church, you read the Bible. I'm not the biggest Bible person. I mean, I've read some of it. I'm not the biggest church goer. I go to church as chicken. But faith without works is dead. So you can pray all you want to, but you got to put some actions with those words. From what I hear, God's helped those who help themselves, right? But a lot of people don't want to help themselves. A lot of people, they close their eyes and they pray. And while you got your eyes closed and praying, there are people praying on our demise. How about that? So at times I don't want to close my eyes, because when I close my eyes, the people who are preying upon us, they're plotting, they're moving closer, right? It is dangerous to be in this skin, whether you're in a darker shade or a lighter shade. Let's just keep it a buck. It is dangerous. It is very dangerous. And each and every time, if I end up in like a Karen situation or a Kyle situation or a situation with a cop, I gotta think, because my next action could be my last. It's not that I'm afraid, but I have people that love me, and I have people that I truly love. Yes, we're all gonna go someday, but I don't want to go out like that. So when I get pulled over, or approached, I gotta just keep my calm. Yes, I know my rights and shit like that, but I'm 6'2", 305 pounds. They not reaching for no taser, they reaching for the gun. Let's just keep it a buck. Yes, there are cops who don't treat people like that, but you never know which one you're gonna get. So to me, I don't trust none of them. I don't. When I'm driving and if I get pulled over, they hit them lights behind me, the feeling I get, the way my chest starts to, because I shouldn't have to feel that. I shouldn't have to think that, but I feel it. I think, is this going to be my last 5 minutes on this planet? Who going to take care of my mama? I don't have kids. I don't have a wife. My mama's all I got right now. I don't really have many friends. I just got a bunch of people who know my name. Especially when they need something, they definitely know my name. But when I need something, and I don't even mean money, when I just need a friend sometimes, they can see my text, they can leave me on red, or if I inbox them on social media, they can leave me on red and be posting day in and day out. Then by the time they do respond, I don't even want to talk. A friend is someone that has your back on those tough days too. Them days where you may not love yourself, your friend got your back. A friend is someone when they see you going to the fire and you losing your way, they pull you out so you don't get burned. A friend is someone who is not afraid to let you know when you do wrong and try to get you correct and back on the right path. I don't have many friends, so a lot of the stuff I deal with, I deal with alone. You know what I mean? And at the same time, those of you who know me, I'm big on men's mental health, because there are so many men out here harming themselves or worse because they feel they have nowhere to turn. Because when you have posts on social media trying to uplift men, shed light on mental health awareness for men, anything that's trying to uplift us or support us, there's always some females that come out of nowhere. Oh, it goes both ways. Women too. I'm all for women's empowerment and support and uplifting. I'm all for that. But when it's about men, let us have our moment. But a lot of you can't even do that because you're selfish. And then in the same breath, you'll say, oh, where are all the real men at? Where's the good men at? Why can't I find a good man? You might have had a good man in your life, a man who'd be willing to put his life on the line and even possibly die for you if need be. Some of these men treat your kids as if they're their own, right? And it's not enough. You take that man for granted. And then when another woman comes along that wants to treat him like a king, then all of a sudden you want to get mad. Then all of a sudden you want to get bitter and vindictive and try to harm that man or ruin his life in other ways. Life is short. If you have somebody that loves you, gives a damn about you, respects you, is loyal, supportive in many ways than one, you better cherish that person. I don't know everything, but I don't live in a fairy tale world. Yes, many people would love to have that happy fairy tale, sweet, loving life. I mean, I get all that, but let's keep it a buck. I can deal with stuff better being head on. It's not that I'm trying to be a pessimist. It's not that I'm trying to bring anybody down. You know what I mean? I want everybody happy. But at the end of the day, everybody's not going to be happy, at least not at the same time. Because at the end of the day, we all go through things. We handle things in different ways, right? I can empathize. I've talked people out of ending themselves. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I didn't go to school for that. But it's in my heart. You either have it or you don't. Because let's keep it a buck again. You have people who have that job title and they're just there to collect a damn check. When you're talking to them, the body language can tell you everything you need to know. They just sit there with the notepad, just getting paid for the session. Again, it takes a village. You don't have to go to college and get a degree or degrees to actually be smart or considered intelligent. Many people confuse education with intelligence. There are many people who have many degrees, but they still ignorant as hell. They have the book smarts, but on common sense, life knowledge, street smarts, they get an F every time. I got a mixture of both. So that's why I feel I made it this far. I came up in a single parent home. I'm not a druggie. I'm not an alcoholic. Again, I don't have kids, so I don't have multiple baby mamas roaming around. You know, I see many people out there, and no child, male or female, asked to be a part of a single parent home. None of us asked to be here. So, you know, those of us who were in that situation, some people can deal with the cards they were dealt, some people can't. Everybody's different. But what motivates me, what gets me up on days I'm feeling down and out, I like to prove people wrong. If you want to put me in a stereotype, you want to try to categorize me because I didn't have my sperm donor around. I mean, you can do whatever you like. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not where I would like to be in my life. My dreams didn't happen. So part of me now, I feel this chapter of my life is to try to encourage others who haven't reached their dreams yet to reach them. I'm not a jealous person. You know, I didn't become a professional football player like I wanted. I know I could have made it had I done some certain things different back in the day, you know, had I went to a different school. But I wanted to be loyal to my friends because I said, oh, we all going to come up together. Because there was a bunch of us that could have went and played D1 and could have went, but fell into the politics of certain situations. And ask me how many of them I talk to this day. So had I went where I should have gone in high school to the coach that really cared about getting his players to the next level instead of going to the one with the politic game, my life could have turned out different. Then again, it couldn't. But I feel I would have had a better shot had I went. I usually don't put all my personal. Well, I didn't put everything out, but I usually don't put too much personal shit out here because the world can see it now. But I'm a real one. This is me letting you know who I am. So when I'm talking about certain things, you don't think I'm just talking because I want to hear my voice. There's times I hate that I'm right. But I'm also letting you know I'm a real one. So when I talk about certain things, it isn't just you thinking, oh, he thinks he knows it all, because I don't. I'm telling you what I live. I'm telling you what I see. That's just what it is. And, I'm the type of person, if there's something you want me to discuss, if there's something you want to know my view on, put it in the comments. I'll read it, I'll look at it, and I'll turn around. I either reply to your comment or I'll make a whole video on whatever it is you want me to discuss. I don't mind interacting with people, as long as it's respectful. You keep it a buck with me, you keep it respectful, I'll talk to you all day. Well, not literally, but you get the point. I'll communicate with you, when I can, right? Because again, I don't do all the editing. I mean, I'll get there eventually, but the basis of my channel, real talk. Real talk. Because in order for certain things to happen in life, you got to have certain conversations to build put up like a draft. Just like when you make a book, you have a rough draft. Then you got the final draft. Then you publish it and vice versa. You know what I mean? I don't have all the latest, hottest celebrity gossip and news. I'm just a person who takes his life day by day. Excuse me. I go through things. You go through things. I like to discuss some of the things I go through. Because the thing is, there are some people who think certain things don't happen just because it's 2024 or we live in America. Or just because your family isn't racist or prejudiced, it doesn't exist or it doesn't happen. Again, I got a podcast. It's called Real Life Matters. It's not for everybody. Everybody ain't for me. It's called Real Life Matters because I focus on everyday real life shit. So, go support it if you like. I mean, the audio on some of them ain't the best. I do this off my phone. I don't have a professional studio and sound system. I'll get there eventually. But until then, rock with me. You know what I mean? I want to try to grow this channel. I want to try to help people through my channel. And eventually, if I can grow it and start making some money off of it, I might do little surprise giveaway, Cash App giveaways and Venmo. You know what I mean? Because today, I'm at the gas pump. I go put some gas in the car. And there's a lot of people who are homeless. Okay? People struggling. Everybody's not homeless because they're a druggie or they have a gambling problem or a drinking problem. Some people are just really going through it. And I had a solid day today. And this young woman approaches me. She's very kind and respectful. Excuse me, sir. Would you be able to spare some change? Blah, 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 blah. It's hot outside. I could tell she's hungry. I know she's thirsty. I hand her $10. It's not a lot of money, but when I handed her the $10, or when I go to hand her the $10, she looks at it. You would have thought I gave her a $100 bill. And she's like, are you sure? And I said, I wouldn't offer it if I wasn't sure. And she was just, I could tell it made her day. Right? Because she immediately ran back into the store where I was, getting the gas from, to get food and water or soda or whatever. I mean, I'm not rich. I'm not in the best position. I'm still hurting in many ways. But if I can help somebody with a little something, I can. I want to get myself in a position where I can do more. And I don't have to necessarily get on here and broadcast it every time I do something. But at the same time, if I do, it's nice to see something good. But then you're going to have them people, oh, well, you just want attention. I don't want attention for that per se. But at the same time, some of you don't believe it unless you see it. Everybody's different, right? But I want to get myself in a position to where I can help others. I mean, I help people, like I said, I talked somebody out of ending it before. That was the scariest 3 hours of my life. Would I do it again? Yes. Do I want to do it again? Hell no. Because at that moment, I'm on the phone with this person. I'm trying to think. My heart and mind is racing. What can I say to keep this person alive? Because if they end it, then, they're going to be thinking, what did you say? What did you do? Da, 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 da. Because at that point, that person wouldn't be there to defend themselves or explain their side. It would be all on me. But I got through the situation. The person's still breathing. Well, she don't talk to me now, but she's still breathing. Thank goodness. I could be hurting and I can still go out of my way to try to help somebody. I'm an Aquarius. We're known as the humanitarians of the zodiac. We can be assholes, but we're usually not that way unless people want to take us there. I'll give you the shirt off my back. I mean, I try to help people. I'm not rich. I can't help everyone in the world. I wish I could. Well, not everybody. You know what I'm talking about. People who deserve the help. I wish I could, but I can't. But what I can do is try to grow this channel. I need the support. I need the help. I wish I can grow my podcast because Dave Chappelle said it should not be this hard to talk. It's not hard for me to talk if you haven't noticed. I've been going over 20 minutes. I can talk, but it's harder to get people to listen. It's harder to get people to understand because many people only listen if it's something they can benefit from or it affects them. But if it doesn't, many people, if it doesn't benefit them or affect them, they don't give a damn. It's just like talking to a wall. And that's just what it is. I may never get to 1 million subscribers. That's not even my goal. I mean, if I get there, cool. I got like 43, 44 subscribers right now. If I can get to, if I can get to 20,000, I'll feel like I'm at 1 million. But I need y'all's help. Those of you who care about real shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm a real one. I'm not perfect, again, but I'm a real one. We can talk about relationships. We can talk about family. We can talk about jobs. We can talk about whatever you like. I'm not somebody who has to exactly go through what exactly you go through to understand or even be able to empathize. But then there's certain things you'd have to go through to get the real feeling. But I can try. You got to have an open mind to do what I'm trying to do. And many people are closed-minded. They think they're open-minded, but they're really closed-minded. And again, to those of you, if you're still listening, I thank you. You don't got to donate to me. I mean, if you want to, cool. But I just hit the play button, hit the share button. that'll feel like a donation to me. So it's Friday night. You know, been on this for about almost 30 minutes, 25 minutes, up to almost 30 minutes. I'm going to get off here, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.